Coach, I'm just curious to know, this time of the season, about less than 10 days out, how do you feel and how does that impact the players you're coaching right now with the season being so close to starting?
Well, for me, it's just another day to get better. So we just got to continue to push the guys, and we have a game coming up. But there's still a lot of things we got to cover, a lot of things we got to do. So we just keep pushing them and try to get better in the day.
You're Michigan State Spartan now, but how much of your past coaching experience with Coach Smith is being infused into this new team right now?
I think every year you kind of rebuild the team.
Okay.
You kind of have a different perspective in terms of coaching and things you want to emphasize. So I think we've kind of all becoming Spartans at the same time, that new brand of ball. And so it's been awesome. It's been awesome to see us kind of melt together and to produce a new brand of ball, Spartan ball.
Thank you.
Off that a little bit, we're learning what Joe Rossi wants and how he runs things. Just how's that whole process going for you?
Man, it's good, man. You want to talk about being around a coach that's a ball coach, a football mind. Like he has the answer. So it's always nice just to kind of sit back and just see how he comes up with the plan, his adjustments off with the plan. So from that aspect, it's been awesome to work with Coach Rossi and see how his defense has been so successful.
Hawkins was saying like it's almost kind of a fun challenge for guys like in your profession to learn a new system, just stretch your mind in a different way. Is that have you experienced it too?
Yeah. I mean, you've been around the ball. If you've been around the ball a lot, there's so many ways of getting it done. Sometimes, you can kind of get caught in your way. But as long as you have open mind, you can always learn. And I think that's probably been the biggest challenge for me, and the most exciting for me is just opening up my mind, allowing a new philosophy, allowing new techniques, just ways of getting it done. And so I'm adding to my coaching resume.
So how's your group look?
We're working. It's always a work in progress. Some days are better than others, but we continue to try to get better in the day basis.
With Dylan, is he settled on position yet, or do you kind of?
I think he's a DB. The good thing about those guys are so interchangeable, and you have some guys with different skill sets. So I just think that's the strength of who we are on the back end right now. You're gonna always get the best out there, even if that guy's playing another position. So that's always good when you got guys with flexibility.
I was going to ask you how much that flexibility maybe helps with different. Meat was talking about being able to have different packages at the cornerback, but imagine a guy like Dylan, depending on want to shut him outside, shut him down.
It doesn't. Yeah. He's a ball player, man. He's a ball player. So he allows you to have some flexibility, be able to do some things. Can't zero in on what he is. He's not a nickel. He's at corner. He's not a safe. You never know where he's at. He's just going to end up somewhere.
What about? Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So Nick High, which is what he's brought to you guys after coming.
I think he's had a really good camp as well. I think most of those dudes have had really good camps. Again, he's everywhere. You know what I mean? Those guys are everywhere. They're interchangeable. And I think as a group we're more like a Legos, and we just kind of piece things together and get guys out there.
Our Moran obviously had a pretty good spring, kind of started the show, obviously dealing with some other stuff. How's he been handling? I feel like
Man, you want to talk about inspiring for him to have gone through what he's gone through. And he shows up and he works and he doesn't say a whole lot. I coach football. He's living life. So it's inspirational to see that young man.
is that, and you hate to look at it this way, but a lot of times when tragedy happens, there can be a galvanizing force. And it's just showing that you guys had down there. It looks like everybody's not just rallying around him, but then together.
I would much rather him not have that tragedy.
You didn't get to coach him in the spring. I think he was on the field. What has he shown you this camp?
He's a football player. He's a football player. It means something to him. He leaves his heart and soul out there every time. Because I think he's a great leader. He reached back for the young dudes. Like, I can't say enough about this man here. and what he has gone through and what he's still giving us even now. Like I say, I coach football. He's living life, and the cards that he's been dealt. I've seen a lot of people not play those cards, and he's doing a really good job. And it's going to be a battle for a long time for him. I just hope I'm there to support him in every way I can.
Blue, we talked about you were learning the system and whatnot. How do you feel like the system's being ingrained with the players, getting ready for game one? Obviously, how far
Man,
along is that part?
they take it and run with it. We present the information, they gobble it up, and they're able to go out there and make it work, breathe life into it. And that's all you can ask from those men. You show them new concepts and different plays and route concepts, and they take it and breathe life into it. So it's been awesome to see how they've grown throughout this process as well as us coaches. How we just kind of just make it work. Yeah.
With being like a week away from the season, just what are some of the biggest areas of emphasis? What are some of the things that you guys are trying to clean up and get through to them just before the opener?
Just still, we want to make sure from a fundamental standpoint, we stay fundamentally sound. We're running to the ball like we have effort, assignment sound, just, the small things that goes a long way as you get into these seasons.
How's Malik Spencer doing?
Malik's another guy, man. Like, I think all of those guys back there are good men in the room. Malik's doing well. He's probably another leader back there. Dylan Tatum is a leader back there that's helping us get better. Angelo Gross, I couldn't have inherited a better room from just men, and then they're great ball players. And so, yeah, I think they're doing a good job.
What nickel position you've got? Angelo Gross. Who else? I assume Angelo's there.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know who's there yet.
okay.
That's the beauty of just what we have. It's going to be neck and neck, and I think whoever you put out there is going to do a really good job for you.
I know your safeties, or you coach it, correct me if I'm wrong, but you coach your safeties to have that flexibility to play some nickel against some opponents and so on.
Yeah, so the nickels and the safeties, we're in the same room and we speak the same language, and sometimes this guy is not a good matchup for that guy, and we should have a matchup that we can win with those men in that room.
So Angelo would be one candidate possibly at nickel. Are there some others that are rolling in there?
Yeah, it's been a lot of guys. I think Nakai has played some nickel. Angelo has played some nickel. Tatum has played some nickel. Spencer has been down there playing some nickel. So it depends on what they're trying to do. It might be a Marion down there if you want to get a team that wants to just pound us. You want to put a bigger body down there. From a rule standpoint, we try to make it simple where they can digest it and be able to operate out there. Some guys, obviously, a little bit better at it, but I think you can win with any one of those combinations that you put.
Yes, but is there any freshmen who kind of popped to the point where you're just like, we can't not get them on the field, like they gotta be out there?
No, not so much yet. I think right now for where we are, we just know it's going to be a good set of guys. And so the freshmen have been doing a really good job. Justin Denson has kind of showed up a little bit, but when they got the teachers that they have in that room and then the leaders that they have like that, and you see some of those older guys, they're like invested in the success of these young men, of the younger dudes. Yeah, they make plays, they flash, they show up as a young guy because he's getting tough. Before I can get to him, Malik has, Tatum have coached him up. And so I'm just, by the time I get there, I'm just like, you understand, you give me the thumbs up and then we can move on.
A decent chunk of your room of guys that are like Tatum, Spencer, Gross, were all here last year and played a lot through everything that was going on. Do you see that come through in any kind of way, whether it's just their excitement or ready to turn the page, determination, that type of stuff? Have you gone through some stuff here?
Again, like the things that these men have gone through last year, even now in life, when we hit the grass, when we're in the building, like they just find a way to make it work. And I'm pretty sure it can get stressful outside the building. And if it becomes too stressful, they always up in our rooms, in in our offices and we'll talk. And sometimes it's amazing to hear the conversations outside of football once we get up in it. And we just get an opportunity just to sit back and not really look at football. Some funny dudes.
What has stood out to you most about recruiting the Midwest?
It's a lot of ball players in the short races. There's some ball players, and so sometimes you end up at some schools that you got to get on the plane and go find some players. Just put some gas in the car. You'll find a couple real close.
One more thing, if I could. The most recent scrimmage, what were you looking to get done that day, and how did it turn out?
I thought it turned out well. I was looking for 40 picks, didn't get that. But I thought it went well. I think the guys just kind of settling in and kind of, you can always tell because the disguise is a little bit better. And the urgency is a little bit better. Communication is a little bit better. And so if you go out there and you close your eyes, you just hear a bunch of chatter. And so I know we're on the right path now because guys are starting to, and you can hear how confident they are and how they communicate.